It is the anthem for watching. Dante's Boxing Nation. Keep watching. Bye.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, I tell you on this channel all the time, you wait for it long enough, and it may not always come on time, but the truth will always come to light. You could throw the truth away, lock it up in a cell, and that truth will break free eventually, right? So when it comes to this whole situation with Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford, now originally Manny Pacquiao, he came out and he said only way he's fighting Terence Crawford is if he gets $20 million, right? So then out of nowhere, Freddie Roach, he told a bunch of reporters that Terence Crawford actually demanded $7 million. After he did that, that's when Terence Crawford, he went to his Twitter account and he said, that's not true. No one ever even talked to me about money. And today, Bob Arum, he confirmed everything that Terence Crawford said. He confirms that Terence Crawford never asked for a penny when it comes to this fight. So let me quote exactly what Bob Arum had to say about this whole situation. Quote, I called Freddie up a few weeks ago because we wanted to talk to him about Crawford as a possible opponent. And that's all we talked about. And he said, tough fight, but Manny will be okay with it. Then Bob, he continues by basically saying, I never mentioned anything to Freddie about what Crawford wanted. We never even presented the fight to Crawford. Crawford didn't ask for 5 cents. We never talked to him about it. Todd DeBooth, which is our Top Ranks president, never talked to him about it either. Nobody talked to Crawford about money. So the idea that Crawford somehow priced himself out of this fight is total bullshit. I mean, it's just unfair to Crawford. We have never negotiated with Crawford on a Pacquiao fight. If that fight happens, like I said, it'll happen later in the year. So it's just not accurate and it's unfair to Crawford. Crawford, of all the fighters, is always very reasonable as far as the money he asks for any fight that he has, no less Pacquiao, end quote. Now, you see, guys, this is really interesting, this whole situation right here, how someone basically started a rumor and people started to take off with it, or at least some people started to take off with it. But what this shows right here is how easy people can cover up the truth just for their own personal agenda. And the agenda in this situation would be obviously to save face for Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao is feeling the pressure. He's feeling the pressure of having to fight Terence Crawford, and they want to save face. They don't want it to look like Manny Pacquiao just doesn't have the guts, the courage to get in a ring with Terence Crawford. So what do? They try to twist it around and say, hey, well, let's just say Terence Crawford, he asked for $7 million, and this is the reason why the fight is not happening. Now, I don't know why Freddie Roach said this to the public, but, you know, when I interview Freddie Roach, which I most likely will be doing real soon, I will definitely ask Freddie Roach, you know, where did he get that from and why did he even say it? It'll be interesting to see what he says about that. But with that all being said, this is an interesting development. And once again, credit to Bob Arum for coming out and speaking the truth. We know that even Bob Arum has contradicted himself before, but he's speaking the truth right here, so you got to give him credit for that. You know, it's interesting because I've told you guys from day one, just knowing the situation from the outside, I told you guys that Terence Crawford, he would never price himself out of a fight this big, of this magnitude. I've said before that Terence Crawford is the type of fighter He'll take the pay cut if he has to make the fight. And once again, that was coming from me, a person that's outside of the circle. Then you have someone inside of the loop, like Bob Arum, who's confirming everything that you guys have heard me say. You heard him right there. He just said that Terrence Crawford, he did not price himself out. That was some bullshit. You heard Bob Arum say that Terrence Crawford is one of the most reasonable fighters out of all fighters when it comes to negotiating a deal. So once again, confirming everything that you guys have heard me say right here on Dante's Boxing Nation. Once again, man, you can try to twist the truth, you can lie as much as you want, but what's going to happen eventually is you're going to have to keep lying to cover up that lie, and eventually the truth will come to light. So there it is. So I'm gonna drop another video talking about a similar topic after this, but that's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Love that.